All right, let's jump right in. Have you ever, look at a really simple sentence and just got the feeling there was something more to it? Like it was hiding a secret? You know, that it's not just a bunch of words, but a super detailed blueprint for something way bigger? Well, that is exactly what we're going to unpack today.
So here it is. At first glance, it just looks like a command, right? Something you tell an assistant or maybe an AI. But this sentence, this is a masterclass in design. Every single word here is just packed with meaning, and it was chosen with unbelievable precision to build one of the most complex things we have, a standardized test.
So that's the big question for this whole explainer. Think of us as detectives. We're going to break this blueprint down, piece by piece, and uncover this massive world of educational engineering that's hiding in plain sight.
Okay, first things first, we have to get the context for where this blueprint even lives. This isn't just for any old pop quiz, it's designed for a huge, global standard, kind of like the IELTS test.
Just let that sink in for a second. The world's most popular test. We're talking about millions of people every single year who are basically staking their dreams on how they do. This isn't some low-stakes quiz. It's a gatekeeper for opportunity on a massive global scale. And when the stakes are that high, you just can't leave anything to chance.
And you've got to understand, the stakes here are just incredibly high. We're talking about someone's dream to get into a top university, a doctor's chance to practice in a new country, a family's hope to start a new life. All of it can come down to this one test. So that's why this blueprint is so critical. It's not negotiable. It has to make sure that the test you take in Tokyo is just as challenging, not more, not less, than the one in Toronto. It's all about making it fair for absolutely everyone.
So, how does the blueprint actually build this fair, global test? Let's check out the next part of the instruction, the demand for a 4-section listening test. I mean, why 4? Why not 2 or 5? Well, it turns out there's a really clever reason.
This is the key idea, right here. A listening test isn't measuring how good your ears are. Nope. It's measuring how well your brain can process, interpret, and connect all this complex information that's being delivered through speech. It's a test of an active cognitive skill.
And that is why there are 4 sections. It's basically a carefully built ladder of difficulty for your brain. Step 1, can you just get the main idea? Step 2, can you pick out the key details? Then, Step 3, can you follow a really complex argument as it unfolds? And finally, Step 4, can you pull everything together and synthesize it? It's like a full workout for your academic listening brain.
Okay, so we've got the global context, we've got the structure. Now for the final piece of this puzzle, the content. The blueprint is super specific. It calls for a lecture on environment, biology, or technology. Why those topics?
Well, first, let's just talk about why it's an academic lecture at all. Just look at this comparison. A casual chat is fine and dandy, but it doesn't really test the high-level language skills you're going to need to survive and hopefully thrive at a university. An academic lecture, on the other hand, is dense, it's structured, and it's packed with the exact kind of language the test needs to measure.
And the choice of science? Now that is the masterstroke for fairness. Think about it. These topics are globally relevant. Photosynthesis works the same in Brazil as it does in Japan, right? A computer chip is built on the same principles no matter where you are. This totally removes cultural bias. It makes sure you're being tested on your English skills, not your knowledge of some specific country's history or literature. It creates a level playing field for everyone.
All right, so let's pull all these different threads together. We've taken our little sentence apart, and now we can see the full blueprint for what it really is, a machine that's been perfectly designed for fairness.
So, turns out these are like the 3 golden rules of making a good test. And our blueprint, it nails every single one. That 4-section structure, that's what we call validity. It makes sure the test is actually measuring what it says it's measuring, academic listening. And those strict rules about the topics, that's all about fairness, right? It gets rid of as much bias as possible. And the whole thing, the entire repeatable blueprint, that gives us reliability. It means the test is consistent time after time after time.
And that's really the big takeaway here. That one simple sentence we started with is actually a super precise set of instructions for building a complex, high-stakes tool. Not a single word is wasted. Every choice, from the structure to the topic, is a deliberate, engineered decision to create the fairest test possible.
And all this leaves us with one last and pretty fascinating question. Remember the first word in our blueprint? Generate? That's a word from the age of AI.
So, if a machine can now understand and actually execute this incredibly human-focused blueprint, what does that mean for the future of testing? How does our whole relationship with assessment change when the test maker isn't even human anymore? Now that is something to think about.